Today we will start with the bigger map, the worldview, the macro things, the systems, the black magic, whatever is going on. And
the predictions is that we got 2026 and then the fire horse Chinese zodiac coming up, and with that it's going to basically vibrate, I'll say the whole entire earth, if you choose it, for you to vibrate to purity. Major arrests happening.
Today's episode is next level. I'm sitting down with a healer, teacher, and self-healing powerhouse. I'm with Aurora Rising Phoenix, where she works, helps people, heal people with hypnosis, Reiki, and other types of healing modalities. And she carries something very rare, an extraordinary perception, where she doesn't talk just healing, but lives it, studies it, and teaches it, where today we will start with the bigger map, the worldview, the macro things, the systems, the black magic, whatever is going on, and what's happening to the human consciousness in a general level. And then we zoom in on our place, where it's all about ourselves going into healing and the subconscious, the trauma, the energies that are yet to be unveiled for ourselves even, and how healing yourself becomes a ripple effect that can change everything. So give a like, subscribe, join the tribe. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and thank you so much, B, for being here, Aurora. We've met each other in Hawaii, first time with Fabrice, where for me it was just like a unveiling, like I thought this was not real. You working with entities and doing all these types of healing methods. For me it was like very rare, and then this door opened for me going forward to starting my healing journey. Like, you're struggling in life, you don't see you're struggling, but then people make you conscious about the fact that you're struggling, and having entities even though I'm not aware of me having entities. So we got so much things to talk about today.
Such an incredible moment to have met you, right? You were younger. You were a youngster then.
Yeah.
2020. Was it 2020?
Yeah, 20. It was like we went to 2020. So 5 years ago, which is right now 23, 22 I was, yes. In Hawaii. Oh yeah, we met each other there.
And then in 0 point of the, right?
Yeah, the pandemic, indeed. Sacked at that time, so we had to stay in Hawaii.
You got stuck in Hawaii.
Yeah, we got stuck in Hawaii because of the pandemic. And then we went to, I don't know, where was it? It was some south place with Beth. I don't even know the location anymore, but we flew there, and then we got back eventually to Belgium. Yeah.
You had a journey, so it just kind of shows, like, how beautiful that call was put out to so many souls on earth, that it was about to go down the ground zero, the AI, the integration of the AI into people and injecting it.
This is what I feel also with myself, even, right? This is like, even though I did not take that, I feel some type of like the world shifted in a quantum level or something. Or how would you explain what did really happen, changing this sphere in that time?
In case you don't know who I am, I'm a spiritual revolutionist. I am also the founder of Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center right behind me. And then also I am the author to Galactic Soul History of the Universe, and 3 books. You guys can check them out on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. So a little bit more about me. For more information, go to my website, risingphoenixaurora.com. So with that is that I have a new channel. I have Rising Phoenix Mystery School, where I'm talking about like the different multi-levels of like the auras, and really kind of like more shorts of like our schoolings. And for the most, what happened was that the people who took it was a choice, because it was a choice for them of what they were going to vibrate to, a world that was going to be, more with the AI or less with the AI, like, a world where they were going to be given a second choice. They were going to be given the choice, are they going to unintegrate the AI? Because most likely the reason why this happened was because the AI was in other worlds, in other verses sometimes, and even planets. So when that happened, it's like you're in the 3D, in the lowest density of communal life. So then situations like this, as dense as we don't consent to them, and I always taught that. But if people did make the choice, it gave them an opportunity to hopefully be able to transform out from it, hopefully not to make the choice to themselves, but can they heal themselves and transmute the AI from within them of it's a lot, that was injected into
My
them.
wife did 3 of them, even though we had a kid afterwards. So this is the kid is fine. This is like God shining through it.
Yeah, of course.
Like we do not have a demon being spawned. What could have happened? Maybe I don't know, but no, it's very very beautiful soul.
Yes.
Coming,
Well, I'm
yeah,
sure yours, your sperm. I teach, human anatomy. So, your sperm went in and alchemize and transmute any of if she might have been carrying anything. And I'm sure through your love, you healed her. So,
yeah, yeah. This is nice, but yeah, she needs to detox from the also like and even if you didn't
good.
take PCR tests or just like on a molecular level with chemtrails and with everything, they're infecting us with nanotech and
It's been a deep unintegration and it really lowered the density on Earth and it created a bifurcation. So, a bifurcation means that like a choice of worlds. And then it's like 2 worlds, which world you want to vibrate to. A world that is denser, where it's creating like this artificial womb matrix, or a world that is vibrating to Divine Mother, Mother Gaia, Terra, who is organic, but she's got all these bugs on her, these parasites and entities. But you asked at the beginning, though, about predictions, like what kind of predictions?
yeah.
Well, the predictions is that since I've been talking and since 2022 now, I usually do like a yearly, like prediction for the new year. So we got 2026 and then the fire horse Chinese
Yeah.
zodiac coming up. And with that, it's going to basically vibrate. I'll say it's the whole entire Earth, if you choose it, for you to vibrate to purity, like a horse and a unicorn really is what a horse is, and Pegasus. So you can make a choice to vibrate higher into that pureness. And with that, it's going to kind of shut off and start vibrating off those fleas and those mostly pedos that we're after, the collective is. And I see just like major, at least in America, I know you're in a different country, but major arrests happening. There's some big ones out there. One major big one, that's going to come forth, but I can't share more details on that. But just know that when you see that, that's what I was talking about.
Beautiful. And when it comes down to then on a big scale, many things in 2026 can happen. What is your preparation in terms of that? What are you making for steps forward that you can tell?
So with that, it's gonna be a test of can you vibrate to the purity. When you look into animals' eyes and like whether it's a deer, a dog, or a cat, and you're like, ah. So can you vibrate to because that's a fire horse. Now, you're not going to be perfect every day, but that's the fire horse unicorn energy that be riding through. Now, the good thing is that if you do vibrate to this purity, what's going to happen is that it's going to, how unicorns move. Like horses move fast, right? Like you could ride a horse very quickly to a destination, but imagine unicorns or Pegasus that are multidimensional, like time travelers, which means that it will move you fast if you align to the stream of this quantum energy and you ride it like a wave. There's limitless magic that you'll be able to have access to in service to others, but then also in assistance to yourself, because we all have loved ones and families that we need to support, but so you just got to find that right stream of purity and then keep riding it as best as you can, coming February 17, 2026.
Yeah, because right now we do not even have a new year, right? It's like a real new year. What do you mean? Is it then in February or?
Well, the Chinese New Year is February, but right now when they changed the Gregorian calendar, they made it into supposedly January, but that's not factually the New Year. The New Year would be like the spring equinox, especially I teach about the Mayan culture, and that would have been spring, like
Like
March.
March, end
Yeah,
March.
yeah, that's our actual New Year. But we're in this Gregorian calendar, so we got flow
And what
with
is it,
it.
Gregorian? This is like the what?
Yeah, the Gregorian calendar is where they erased the 13 moon cycle and the 13th month. And I mean, they even erased, right, like Ophiuchus, the astrology sign, and they made it into 12 instead of 13. They erased 13 much in many places, even like hotels. I don't know about you all, but hotels here in America, like they like skip number 13 in their elevator going up. Like they don't put it there. Which makes me question, where is number 13 and what are they doing in number 13 floor?
Yeah, like in episodes they make number 13 no bad luck or
Yeah, but number 13 represents Divine Mother. She's the 13th number because the 13th number is the 13th dimension where we're in a school up from, the 3D all the way to 13 dimensions, all these dimensions, like an onion layer. So then you get to the 13th, there she is, she's hanging out, she's like, showering you down with all this love light, Divine Mother and Father, Source, Creator. And they're beyond the 13th, then you're outside of the school of the universe where we learn all our lessons, like going to high school.
this is nice that you talk about this because when I see myself, I really see myself then stuck in 3D where where you have this extraordinary perception making you be able to see entities, and even till today I do not have this self-perception to really go through and analyze my system. I know, for example, in my stomach there are things, but like, in what dimension are you right now, do you feel? Or how would you train yourself going out of the 3D, which where most people are in, right?
Yeah, well, we are. But the truth is that we'll go into some human anatomy and brain consciousness. Your brain is quite beautiful. I could try to show you pictures, but what happens with the brain is that it has the universe, and the perception is of your existence and who you are is all found in your consciousness. So for example, I ran into this really cool video, which I teach already this, but this video is really nice because it shows you the perception of how we are formed. I'm gonna play this and you watch it. So this is a 16-hour time lapse of an embryo forming its spinal cord. And then palms. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I love love.
Yeah.
It says God knit me together in the womb, which it really did happen. See that? That's the embryo building. See the baby's coming to form. See that? It's the spinal cord. So what we teach is that all the DNA and then all the Akashic records is found here. So you're seeing a portal, a wormhole of humanity right here. A wormhole of time space. It's like no time actually, of space and life space. So you watch it form. So now what's happening here is that your consciousness is starting to form. Your brain is not even fully formed yet. Your spine is forming, and then the nervous system is starting to form. The nervous system is powered up by electricity, lightning. And the electricity, and there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Now the electricity is then from the spine, then it builds the neck, and then starts building finally the brain. So the DNA is carried inside the spine, which then forms the entire brain. And at that point, consciousness is already coming in. I mean, really, consciousness comes in the minute though the egg and the sperm joins. But so then when the brain starts forming out of the spine, like you saw, then there's these multi-layers of being. So the neurons that connect to one another and speak to one another like trees. trees are the
Yeah.
trees are the neurons of Earth. That's why they have the roots. And so that spinal cord that I was showing you that was building, then it builds
Yeah.
into the brain stem and then into the brain, all of this. So all these brain lobes and glands are communicating. See here at the center is a thalamus gland. Now, Google will tell you that it's the pineal gland, which is false. It's the eye. The thalamus gland here is the eye, the all-seeing eye, and everything builds out from it. So it's all connected. So inside of here, we are here in this, and there's the nervous system I was speaking about, how after the spine it builds here. And there's the neurons that are in your brain communicating. Okay, see how they look like trees?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just so you can have a visual.
Yeah.
So inside your brain is where everything's happening. Inside your brain, you go into your brain, your heart as well, your chakras, and then you're out. You're out of the matrix. You're at that point, you're in the cosmos of the universe, and you're traveling through the dimensions. So everything here exists in the universe, and multiverse exists in your brain. Yeah,
And this is what it means to go in yourself, or to
that's
go
right.
inside the journey of what it is within your quantum level. Yeah, I research a lot about this, but life keeps me so busy then to really go forward, and then I make the time to rest and to do the necessary action for me to stay still. And but then I do not still go to in the in universe of myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What, like, how would you be able, how, yeah, for me, yeah, this is,
How do I do it? I slow
yeah,
down time.
what?
I slow down time. So when you understand that there's no time, so I channel Einstein, and we have courses. I am currently channeling the Egyptian course that is live, and during this time, I also have like an extra sensitive series. And if you watch my content, it's intense. So there's even more extra sensitive series that's not public because it's that sensitive. And in that series, I channel Einstein, and he taught us sacred. Basically, he taught us what he was teaching then. He taught us the symbols on how to slow down time. So it is an engineering. I also channel Nikola Tesla. So you place yourself in an engineering of quantum physics. Basically, they're symbols. So in order to, say, Nikola Tesla, to build an engine, you need all these contractions. So they taught us how to use the sacred alchemy symbols, to use them as, say, contractions to build your own time machine. Because technically, you are your time machine. You are the consciousness. When you go in, right, past life regression, what I teach people, one of the things I teach is like they go to be a past life and maybe on Earth, or they go to the universe and they're like this ladybug humanoid, or a cat humanoid, or a dog humanoid, right? Or a tree. And when they do that, they're doing it here because they're the time machine. So when we learn how powerful our bodies are, human potential has yet to be tapped in because of all the indoctrination and density. And like you said, a lot of distractions. So, but I mean, you're a busy man now. Your family has grown and it gets busy that way. But the key is to slow down time. And the way you slow down time is you forget about time. And it is non-existing, and you just breathe in. And as you breathe in the oxygen, oxygen is the consciousness. The minute you don't have oxygen, that's it. You've ascended out. And as you breathe in the consciousness of the oxygen, that brings in the life force, and it helps you tap into the no time existence. Yeah. So then I could easily turn in about 3-4 days into 1 day, typically, and I get a lot done that way.
So you just like make sure that you also have less things to do.
No, I
Or,
have a lot to do.
yeah, like, indeed. Do you have kids also?
I do. I have kids. They're older though.
So, yeah. In that way, how do you still then exceed time and
I'm
space?
still a mother
Right
though.
now, I just have my perception of my life right now, even though maybe I know I did some past lives. I do not have perception though. or emotional memory.
Yeah. You just slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down. If you're like this, got to do this, got to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, this is me.
Speeding it up. So you gotta slow down and flow. And then you're still though technically moving fast in your bubble of time, of no time space. And you're breathing it out. It's like a martial art. A bubble of no time.
And in
then
that way you
everything
then
in your
open
environment
yourself.
slows down.
And that way you open yourself. It's not that you, like, for example, did some type of detox also, or let's say not eat and start fasting, or drink only water to detox and get to there in
Those
your
things are good, but you
extraordinary
don't.
perception. Or what were your kind of games to get more clarity on this all?
Those things are really good, but you don't need to do that. I mean, you could do that when you and discover the power of your brain, consciousness, and your soul. And you realize that you have always been able to do these things. You just have limited yourself
Because of trauma,
because of attachments, trauma. What happens is that your body is constantly vibrating, like sound, like a music note, like crystals, trees, everything is oscillating, vibrating. Now, everyone vibrates to a different hertz frequency. And even then, you're not vibrating to 1 hertz frequency. You're vibrating depending on what emotion you're emitting. Your DNA basically expands. Now, I study the DNA and I teach the human anatomy and the DNA, which is one of my Raphael courses. And when you are in higher vibrational emotions, your DNA expands and grows, and then it looks like factual crystals crystallize into mandalas. That's the way your DNA actually looks, factually. So then when you're in, say, happiness, joy, love, gratitude, your DNA expands, and it expands so much that it brings forth whatever you want it to create. But then if you like stress out, you worry, you freak out, whatever, fear, then it contracts, and it's because it's a alternating current. So Nikola Tesla taught us an alternating current. An alternating current is a wave like this. Everything we use that is wireless is all created. We live in a world of Nikola Tesla. Okay, even your phone has, I forgot how many, but it's like something ridiculous, like 50 crystals in it.
yeah.
And gold and copper, right? And a bunch of elements. So it cannot work. So then understanding that all these different crystals that exist that make up our mandala, also, like even when the egg is concepted, like I showed you the embryo, there had to have been some kind of crystallization that happened when the light joined. So really understanding like how deep down to the atomic level you are made up divinely by beauty. And then from there, understanding the even down to the matter and the electrons and the mitochondria and all the cells that make you up, and then looking deeply at a micro level, like even like if if you had yourself under a microscope and looking down to see what kind of bugs are in there that need to be alchemized out, hiding in there. So when you do that, what happens is that you purge out the dark entities or the past life trauma. It starts your hertz, going back to the hertz, it starts vibrating you higher into a higher, let's just say crystals, right? Some crystals are higher hertz than others. So then your alternating current, your waves start vibrating higher. When you start doing that and they start alternating current, then it raises your vibration to be able to pick up the higher energies of consciousness, of the creator, of love, light. And then it starts purging out everything that's false. And then you're able to see and sense things easier. And then, you're becoming that master, right, of slowing down time. So, you're getting a lot done, hopefully, in one day. Yeah, that's the goal.
I feel that right now that I already have energy of gratitude and life force, and this is already in my sphere. Yet though there is still fear and stress and other types of energies that are still in my field also. So how would I go forward from here? This is why also we do our healing session afterwards, and where I'm so inspired for following more about what it is to have the mystery school, because we have a child. We do not want to send that child to the programming
Mhm.
school of this system that not teaches ancient wisdom. So yeah,
Mhm. Um, so then you're gonna have to become the teacher. So everything you've learned, I mean, you're 20 something years old, right? 20 something.
28.
Yeah, nice. 28 years old. That's a good year. Adds up to number 10, completion. Nice, good year. Um, so you're 28. So think about everything you've learned and you teach them little by little. But the truth is that as you teach your family, your loved ones, your children, they're going to teach you. So back and forth. You teach them and they teach you over and over. I mean, it is a constant, basically quantum entanglement. If you're in the same environment, if you're in the same home, your energy's quantum entangled, especially if you're the parent. I mean, you literally made them in your, with your sacral chakras, and the mother carried them in the womb. So then they're always going to be part of you. They're made from the tissues and the cells of both of you. So it's really beautiful to understand it like that. And then that starts healing them too. Like the more that you heal yourself, it allows opportunities for your children then to have the least amount of, say, karmas that they have to do. They're still individual souls that they're going to have to do what they have to do. My husband said,
Sorry, I have to pass.
"There
Hey.
you go."
I don't want to make you get up and lock the door.
Oh, thank you, love. And but it's going to lessen. I mean, maybe instead of having a bunch of karma things that they have to go through, maybe hopefully they'll get half of that, is the hope. So as parents, really take your responsibility and ownership that we decided to bring these souls here to earth, and how can we assist them every day. And we become the teacher, there are our teachers, and we're going back and forth through quantum entanglement and energy frequency vibrating off one another.
Yeah, we trigger each other, me and my wife, and we
Yeah.
have yeah. There are yeah, also our kid is very very loving, and this is why we are going to do a healing session with you, plus we do it with also other people. And yeah, but still then when we do our healing session, we're left with us alone afterwards. So well, yeah, so we're it's not like you cannot be there every time, and the other healers also cannot. So what do we do in the best way to then heal our karma, or heal to get more self-perception? Because yeah, she's like, Niels, how do I know if I have entities? And I'm the same, like I don't even still know
Yeah.
that I have entities. Even though when we did our healing session, I'm like, I still remember I do not have entities. If I don't know if you remember still that
Yeah.
that moment in Hawaii when we did our retreat, and I was like, no, I'm not having entities. And then you were like, yeah, you do. I'm like, oh, now I kind of see you. I see. I saw them like in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then only if you made me like, yes, you have them, and then like they came.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
They
like
hide.
we
They
get
hide
stuck in
sometimes.
our own demise or something. Like
It's true. It's true.
yeah, like and then we just keep on doing whatever we do instead of yeah, when we have a connection like you, or when we do some type of energy work, that things like blockages, and they keep blocked.
Yeah,
And
they
this is
do.
what many people have. This is the pattern, right? Where we
Yes.
most of people are in, or
Because that's part of keeping you denser and not vibrating to a higher hertz frequency into ascension. And yeah, the entities, they hide sometimes in the quantum level, or they hide in a different past life, still stuck because that past life, maybe you haven't healed them, especially if you had earthly lives. There's a lot of trauma in those earthly lives. Think of how many wars there has been. I mean, I found books, like old books, like from 1800s books, it's like books talking about like there was like wars happening in the 1500s, and like like a whatever 100 BC in DC. Like, you think about the wars that we don't even know about. And then think about like how many times have you reincarnated and been in that war? And are you still holding on to that gunshot to your leg, and that's why your leg doesn't really move right? You know, are you still holding on to that, arrow in your shoulder, and your shoulder doesn't move right? So then it's about like really discovering and going inwards, like you had mentioned earlier. Like we always say, go inwards to find your answers, because inwards is source, higher self. And then when you go inwards, then the body talks to you. And the body's been trying to talk to you all your life, but maybe you ignored it. So, but comment tells how you might have an attachment, whether it's an entity, a hook, an implant. If you've been part of these UFO military experiments,
Which I did have a
that's
lot of
common.
dreams of, unfortunately. Yeah, so I think I did was part of this thing. If it
Yeah.
was dreamy, then maybe it was real. Like, yeah.
Dream time are memories. Yeah, they're memories of what's happening in the quantum realm. And then your brain basically holds on to the memory and then plays it out for you right before you wake up. Hopefully, it's the hopes is that you're able to retain the memory that was played out, but sometimes we wake up too fast and it's gone. So, but your brain is going through brainwaves. It's like, it's at the delta brainwave, then it wakes up, it's in the theta, right? And then it goes into beta and alpha eventually. But it goes so quickly up that the memory goes and fades. So then you have to try to wake up slower, keep the memory, have a bunch of crystals around you, right? And then the crystals will hopefully help you remember it. So yeah, memories from beyond, when you're now, that's deep because I teach dream interpretation, but like dream time, the dreams could, so through the Mayan teachings we teach is like, before today, did you know today you already dreamed it and you already planned it out quantumly? So today. So that's why people have like premonition
So when I
dreams.
dream after this podcast, you mean that I dream?
No, this morning you already set up today. It's already been set up. Last
Yeah,
night
I
while you were
didn't
sleeping.
remember my dream today though. But yeah, the
Yeah,
day
but you don't
before
need
that
to
I did.
remember your dream. You don't need to remember your dream, but you set up the energy of the day before. In the
Yeah.
night, when you're sleeping, you set up the whole day. And since there's no time, your brain and consciousness is assisting you to set that up. Now you wake up with some messages to help you hopefully go through the day, if it's going to be a tougher day or a lighter day. Sometimes you don't listen and you give yourself a hard time, and it's tough. But the energy has already been set up for you to be successful, is the goal for the day. But you just have to make that choice and invite benevolence, your guides, your angels, your higher self team to your space. And then they help you shift out of, lower density situations or challenges. But in order for you to be here, you already created it the night, this morning when you woke up. Yeah, it's already happened.
When I
Your
feel
brain
that, yeah,
creates it all.
when I feel I hear you talk, I'm like, really, Niels, you need to slow down and do less and just move within power or
Love
yeah,
it.
just in yeah, not too much busyness anymore. So I can really unravel the time and space of what it is.
Yes. Now you can still do everything that you do, just slow it down.
And yeah, you mentioned you also have kids and you also have a very busy life. How do you do this? Or what happened in your life to really unravel magnificent quantum leaps into this process?
You know, I think healing my support team at home, healing them assisting them to heal themselves.
You mean your family?
Yeah. Also, I mean, the mother has the potential to heal your children if you bilocate back to when you were creating them. Say right now you just started waking up, or maybe you're still not awake, and then you start taking your power back, and you're like, you know what? I created my babies, and then you can easily just bilocate back to that moment. Think of it. All you have to do is think about it. You ever think about like random past, like when you were younger, you just ran random thoughts of when you were younger? You ever think like that? Like of the past?
Yeah,
Random-
of the past.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
right?
Of this
Like
lifetime, though, you mean?
this
Huh?
life. Exactly. Do you ever
Yeah.
think of like,
Yeah.
when you were younger, this
Yeah.
life? And you're like, why am I thinking about this? Because technically your brain is telling you that you have to bilocate into that exact thought and that moment in time space, whatever's happening, and you're supposed to help that version of you when you were 10, you were 8. You understand? And then, because that's why that thought has come up. So you go back and you start shifting. What needs to be shifted? What needs to be changed, healed, transmuted? Let's see this with a higher perspective, with our third eye instead of just our physical eyes. So you could technically then bilocate as a mother or father into your body when you're concepting your children, and make sure that they're created with only love light is the goal. You heal your children in the then to heal them in the now, because they're ripples through time, space, life space. You understand?
Kind of, but can you express a bit more that when you go into another previous perception of
Yeah.
yourself, how you were thinking, that layer is actually a deeper layer of what was going on before, you say?
Yes. Okay, so say, let's just say, okay, you're a woman and the seed has been planted, the baby, right? The sperm into the egg. And the baby's starting to grow just like the spine, the video I showed you, right?
Yeah.
Consciousness is coming in, the spark of light has happened. So you're gonna go back to that moment when they were concepted. So you would have been having some fun during that time. So back to that moment. And so whatever this is, it doesn't have to be just this, like any situation in life. But let's just use creating a baby, the baby growing, that's beautiful. And you're gonna go back. And if you didn't have that consciousness, then you're gonna go back now. And every day that you remember, whether you were rubbing your belly, the baby was growing, whether maybe you had a little bit of morning sickness. Morning sickness is usually not even morning sickness. Morning sickness is the baby can't eat meat. So, or animal products, so they get sick because they can't, the vibration is too dense and low and the baby can't do it. So the doctors call it morning sickness. I have to say I'm not a licensed physician, but so if you go vegan, you don't get morning sickness at all. So you go back and you start changing, like talking to your baby. Maybe you didn't talk to them enough. Maybe you didn't sing to them enough. And, think about every day how they were growing, and you spread love, channel love to every part of them, their tissue, their mitochondria, their cells, their bones, their skin, their heart, their organs, their hair, their nails. You flood them with so much love, that they hopefully are born out completely healed. You're not going to be able to heal them completely because, again, they're free-willed souls with their own karma.
Yeah.
But you will do an incredible job to make sure that they're healed. Technically, do you think that you could do that for you, being conceived in your mother's womb? Yes, you can. You could go back to the little Neil's you, so cute, growing in your mother's womb, and start shielding him and protecting him so that you get to this now time space where you're strong, divinely powerful, and awakened. And it will make it easier for you to find answers in your brain, in your heart. It just is gonna, oscillate you higher.
And do you do this in meditation mode or?
Yeah, that's it. Meditation. Just close your eyes, take a breath, take in the oxygen. The oxygen is the chemical that travels you back in there. Factually, the oxygen goes into the brain, activates all the neurons, and then your neurons are like, "Ooh, where are we going?" and then boom, you close your eyes, you close your eyes and you're like, ooh, let the higher self guide you to where you're gonna go, or you can choose to like where you want to go to, where you think is the highest maybe density you need to start working. But you know, you for example, you got trained with aura hypnosis and raw Reiki. I highly recommend you. I know it's been such a long time since you did it.
Yeah.
Go back and do the course again, Niels. You have like such an incredible the way that it's grown. Think about like how much I'm speaking about like science and quantum physics and spirituality. Aura hypnosis entity removal has grown like that too. And then you got the
Yeah.
raw Reiki so that you can start using it on yourself to level yourself up every day.
I think somewhere, oh no, it's still on my previous home still, standing there, you know, the certification that I have received from you.
Awesome.
Do I like have to buy it again or
You have it. You have the access to it. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I didn't have aurapractitioners.com then. So I don't think you made an account. So actually, after this, I'll send you an email to make a account.
Yeah.
And I have the school where you're able to go through the training module step by step and,
Okay.
you know, remind yourself, there's
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, it's not so nice that this can be done. It's like, yeah, I do this. I thought you like disconnected. No, I think, could it be that some type of my perception of third eye is like blocked off? I meditate, I go inside myself, but then I just see blank. I think this is what many people have, right? You have then this extraordinary perception of you going
What kind of
into
blank? Is it white or black?
black.
Black. So black usually is you're there, the ether. Black is
Yeah.
good. You're in the womb and the ether and the caves of creation. So from
And I
there,
don't go further.
Okay.
I'm just there, and then I'm like 20 minutes afterwards. Yeah, I didn't see anything, and sometimes I get like some weird vision of like, what the fuck did I just see? I kind of have to write it down because it's so fucked up and weird that what I see is so what?
well, you know that those visions are important. Even if you don't get them, they're the way that your brain articulated. So you got to decipher them. Decipher them like you do dreams. You know, I go in there sometimes and, you know, like Cerebral, like X-Men, you know, Xavier? No.
No.
Well, there's this an X-Men movie, Marvel.
Yeah.
He goes
no,
in
didn't see
and
those movies. I
Okay.
love Marvel though. Gotta
Well, he goes
watch it.
in and like his consciousness, and he connects to all the souls. So sometimes we could do that when we're in that blank space, we connect to the souls. So like this random person that just popped in your mind and you're like, what the heck? What was that about? What were they doing? It's because you're in cerebral, you're in the quantum, and for that person, you know, we're angels, we're ascended masters. Most likely, if you had that odd looking vision, it was because you were assisting whoever that was.
Okay. And to go beyond the black, yeah, I just have to like watch at the things that I'm receiving. But what if it stays black?
Well, do you ever ask a question in there?
Not intentionally good enough, I would say. No,
I would say
yeah.
ask a question, because a lot of what happens too is like, you know, when you're watching like my channelings, I have to have someone asking me questions. For the most part, we could talk a lot, you know, like whoever I'm channeling, like it's Mother Mary or Jesus, right? But I need someone asking me questions. So then when someone's asking me questions, then the answers come in that cosmo, say, blank space.
And in what way would you say that Reiki is very important in this? Like you then check your friend's body, what's going on there, but your own self-perception of Reiki is something that you can do by yourself, asking yourself
Yeah.
the questions, right? Or this is what you do with yourself then, or
Yeah, so raw Reiki, what we certify with, is it's so powerful because you go into like talking to your body, and your body talks to you and tells you, okay, I have this here, that here. And then I always teach it. It's not just about like what you see with your third eye. It's about like what you sense. Like, remember how I showed you the brain and all those different glands? They're all equal. There's a lot of kind of like elite thoughts, like in the spiritual communities, like you have to see it. It's the best thing ever. No, actually, you have to feel it. Feeling is most powerful because feeling is frequency. Feeling is the way that you read the frequency in your environment, within you and outside of you. So with that feeling, you feel it out. Okay, this feels kind of weird right here. And that's Reiki. So then learning how to, okay, what is it? Scanning through, you channel the love light. You're already channeling love light, electricity, your consciousness, you. To be you, you're constantly channeling you. It's running through you like the electricity that runs through a tree. Being, your consciousness is running through you. So then let's use this daily and let's become self-masters at that. So then you're going to channel now that love light that's running through your body already. Focus it right on your shoulder. And then, but you have to figure out what is there, what's stuck there. And the raw Reiki teaches you how to like find out what it is, like what kind of attachment it is. And then from there, you channel your own healing. You become like, Neil's like, what I teach is like, I teach you how to heal yourself, how you could heal yourself. That's key to me. Like, you could go to like people and pay them forever. And like, you're never going to heal yourself because they can't heal you. Only you can heal yourself. People can hold the space for you, but ultimately, even if they're holding like grand love for you while you're in a session of whatever kind, you still have to heal yourself. And that's what I empower people to do.
Self-healing it is.
Raw Reiki does that. The self-healing, channeling you to your highest healthy version of you.
And then, seeing everything. Like many things could be have happened in your early childhood.
Yeah.
Or you're not even conscious of, or where you have things have happened in the past in your previous lives where there are really some bad things. But this is not within their perception of your life right now. Does that have an impact then on you? Yes, right?
It would. I mean, it is absolutely disgusting the way children are targeted the minute they're born. I mean, they're targeted by so many disgusting adults everywhere. As a parent, you have to be vigilant in making sure that you basically stay with your children 24/7.
We made that mistake already right now. I don't know, but we sometimes have to let our kid go because our kid is like, constantly craving attention.
Well, as long as they're in trusted hands, trusted hands, and they have to be really trusted hands. Really.
But what if real trusted hands are not trusted?
Right? That's the hard part.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is
crazy. It is very crazy. But then that's why we teach like Dora, hypnosis, all our courses teach you how to shield, like with love light, so that if that person is bad, they will show their true form eventually. Hopefully soon, like right away, is the goal, because you're vibrating to love, and whatever's not matching the vibration to love will unmask itself in front of you.
Okay.
So shield yourself, your children, your loved ones, and then people's true forms will come forth. It's a quantum physics.
But do you need to like shield all day, every day, you think? Or
So you
isn't
shield
like
morning-
positivity and gratitude the shielding itself? Or no?
Could. I mean, that's definitely the beginning formula, serum that you put around you of gratitude and love around you. But then we're such multi-dimensional beings that we are sometimes traveling the dimensions. Like right now we could be traveling the dimensions, we don't even know it, right? So when you're traveling, I mean, and there's all sorts of, maybe you're passing by a dark reptilian, maybe you're passing by a dark UFO, like you just don't know. So if you place yourself in this quantum alchemy around you, we teach the quantum alchemy that's that's already in your body, and then it shields you so that it becomes E equals mc square. Let's look at that. Like Einstein, E equals mc square. So basically, alchemy, sacred geometry, I wouldn't call it sacred geometry, but yeah, but alchemy symbols that are positive, that are created from love light, are the E equals mc square. So say a situation. So E is the energy, M is the mass, and square is basically the solution to the energy and the mass. Okay, energy, mass. So say you have a situation going on. Maybe let's just say you're trying to create something, maybe to help our children. So then you want to ensure that it's in the purest love light and that there's nothing that's going to try to like quantum entangle invertedly into it. So then maybe you would use then an alchemy symbol that would push out AI. And then it would be sent there and it becomes a energetic blanket magnetic field that keeps it out, and it literally cannot quantum entangle it unless you allow it in, and you keep holding that space of keeping that idea towards helping children pure, then it will stay like that. But then that's why you get distracted with negative people, toxic friends, because they're trying to penetrate that field to densify it and then distort your idea so that it won't come to be. Does that make sense?
A bit.
So then the quantum alchemy symbol creates the formula and it makes it so that it created from pure love light, and then it protects it and shields it so that it stays pure.
So you do not go in the negativity of...
It's the goal, but you are free-willed, so you can still technically go into a negative choice if you get tricked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, yeah, on you to really do your work then, or yeah, you have to. What is it then all that it comes down to you in your game? What do you can do to make sure that you attract the right reality? Because everything happens in the inside of you, and then the life gets, it happens then outside of you, whatever you experience. So it's not about changing everything or working or getting a lot of money. It's about changing yourself inside, changing the world inside of you. So the mystery school is kind of the future in my perception, and me and my kid and my wife, we will go through it. So
yes,
this is nice. This is beautiful.
So I only have 48 followers right now, but you guys can follow me. But but my other accounts have thousands of followers. So here, so right here, let's look at this one.
Yeah.
And this is what you do when you're setting up the magnetic field.
Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center. I am Aurora. Today's question is: do we need protection?
Yeah.
Well, it's not about the protection. It's more or less about what do you consent to and what do you not consent to. We are within an existence, a universe, a world, a planet that has both negative and positive polarities. It is a quantum physics. There's a negative and a positive energy that's running back and forth. So therefore, if you are the creator of your everyday life and you are magnetizing what you would like in your environment every day, what you would like life to be like, when you are going through these motions, it's important that you set up boundaries and intentions that what you're operating for yourself and your loved ones, that it is of love light. And this will assist you so that you are only then most often just attracting the love light. Now there's a lot of work to that, right? As we teach that there are attachments, entities, and so on within your vessel that you need to clear, and also past life trauma. So it's like when you're filtering water and you take out the filter and it's really, really dirty. So that's what it could be like being on Earth. There's a lot of energies all over, even though you don't consent to maybe, but there is quantum entanglement. The energy is resonating between all the organisms within Earth. So your force field, your magnetic field around you, whether it's a Merkaba pyramid or your toroidal sphere, will reflect and deflect anything that is opposite to the love or that means ill intent. Add your questions below and I'll answer them next.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, loved it. And this is, yeah, like inside of you, your world. You have these past life traumas and these entities. Wow. We do not have most perception of them, though. This is the problem, or you having the solution. But then it eventually comes down to our own self healing,
Yep.
getting aware of it ourselves. Or can you help us? Where do you come into play then? Because yeah, like I said, we're stuck on our own demise. If we do not have a meeting with you, we just do whatever we do. Keeps on going on, right? Yeah,
I mean, this is the root to just about, all those people who have illnesses and diseases, is that they have a trauma, whether it's this life or another, and it's stuck there. Because technically, that version of you is still in that trauma, whether it was 1900 or 500, whatever, BC. They're still there. And you
just
carry
the part of your soul, you mean?
Well, yeah, because, okay, time is non-existence. So you're here. This is Niels, 1900 Niels here. And then there's a 500 BC Niels. So here he is. It's non-existent, so it's all operating in the same brainwave. Okay, so think about that. If they're all connected like a wave, how are they not affecting you in this now? If you're still here and you probably lived a crappy life, maybe you're like a, one of those like what is that? What is it?
Douchebags.
No, you're not a douchebag. Douchebag. Those Spartan guys. I don't know, like those fighting guys. You're like, what if you're one of those warrior guys? Like, I don't know what era that would
Vikings.
be. Viking, yeah. And then you're like, you're like fighting or something, and maybe you're fighting some dark things, some dark monsters.
Maybe you could be part of the black magic community. I don't know, in your past.
Yeah, or what if you were conned? Yeah, what if you were like tricked and I don't know, 1700, and then someone said, yeah, come over here to this, we're doing spiritual stuff, and then you're like, oh crap, what are they doing now? They're doing some
You're
stuff.
sacrificing babies, what?
Yeah, like stuff like that, like, oh no. And then the you there is like, what am I gonna do? How do I get out of the situation?
But you can't get out. Or
So they're all happening at the same time space of you are happening. You understand?
I understand.
Okay, so then when you're born here in this life, your DNA chromosomes carries all those lives of you. It's all carried in there, the memory. And now you have hopefully all the lessons and wisdoms, or the good portion of everything that you live. But you have to help them to help you.
But how do I understand this? How can someone watching at home be like, all right, now I'm gonna understand this quantum entanglement of myself?
Yeah. So the key is that you gotta go into the quantum realm and go into your brain and start regaining the memory through passive.
It's not through your heart. It's your brain,
heart.
or it's
It's your
where
heart.
do you put the focus?
Heart.
Like heart and brain, like.
The heart is the bulb, the vortex portal that connects to the brain. It's all interacting together. So you have to basically start, when you work out and you want to build muscles, you're going to start working out the brain and the heart and testing it out and asking yourself questions like, how do you feel about this? Do you feel that this situation, this person's good? What do you feel? Like, you have to interact with your own inner voice and build it like a muscle, and you build it every day, and be more questionable and more curious within your own knowledge and wisdom, and push yourself to think wider and bigger.
Because I stand up right now every day at 5-6 o'clock in the morning to work and do other things in life.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, maybe I should not work to stand up, right? Or just be on computer and edit videos or do this or that, whatever the work mode has to be at that moment. I'm like, yeah, just like you say, go
Well, what if you wake up 30 minutes earlier and you do your spiritual work and then you start working?
Yeah. or an hour. I feel it. I need an hour.
I give myself an hour.
Yeah.
Or I do yoga, I do meditation, like normal cleansing, shielding. I shield.
You shield. This is your.
I like shield while I'm brushing my teeth, like I'm saving time.
Yeah.
It's like you have this higher self form of you. So me in the quantum, in my imagination, my third eye is doing the shields, while the me in the physical form is brushing my teeth, fixing my hair, doing makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's happening at the same time. So then we have no
Beautiful.
excuses. We have no excuses to do it because you could do it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do it, and you
You
just
just gotta
have
get
to.
good at it.
Oh. Many things. I'm just curious on really unraveling this all after just being awake now, being vegan for 10 years, doing lots of things, yet feeling still stuck in this 3D mode, not having this extra awareness of me, where I still feel that I'm not, yeah, in the name of my child, as a dad, and even for my wife, we got to open up. I feel a lot of energy. I feel fire. I have this, this, but it's
You
still.
think so, Niels? I think it protected you. Because let me tell you, if you go, I've worked with over 4,000 people, right, on Earth.
Yeah.
And the majority of them have infringements from being too open and being in spiritual groups, being in spiritual communities, being in the UFO conferences, and these very communities infringe upon them. So, for example, I had a workshop where I was teaching people how to do the aura hypnosis and the raw Reiki that we were talking about. One of them was older, and she didn't believe in her third eye and powers. The other one was younger. It was more attuned with her third eye, was wide open, could see so much. Guess which one had more attachments?
The other one that had more perception ready.
Wide open. She had tons of attachments because she was too wide open. So the one that actually felt blocked, it's because she protected herself, because otherwise she would have been covered in so many attachments and entities and people's ill intents and curses. People don't realize even just a negative thought or jealousy or hatred towards another, you look at them, it is a form of a curse. You got to transmute it. And we don't consent. That's why we shield, because when you shield, then it's theirs to transmute, not ours. So in a sense, you think about and you look at yourself why? We always compare ourselves to others. But trust me, I feel that you or anyone else who your higher self has protected you and made you wait, so that to make sure you didn't have as many attachments or none, hopefully, from the quantum entanglement of these people who are covered in parasites and are often the dark aliens themselves in human bodies.
Yeah, let's hope. I feel that I'm not infected in that way.
No, you're not. You're not. Of course you're not. Of course you're
But
not.
still, I feel maybe entities or some type of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nail biting or like this. I feel many, like you say, we have our consciousness and we have our life. We do it, but I see so many subconsciousness still within.
Well, it's hard because Niels, there's so many of you, right?
What do you mean, so many of what?
So many Niels. There's so many Niels in this universe. Those of you who are listening, there's not just you, there's many of you. There could be thousands or millions or hundreds of you.
And this is why I do this, or have stress and nail bite, or no, or what do you mean with that?
It could be because in their verse or parallel earth, maybe they're going through something. Because also, even though there's sacred boundaries and protection, we still are the same soul. Like there's fractals, like there's a higher self, right? Higher self creates all these little mini-me's fractals, but they all come from the same higher self and they're all intertwined together. So what you do in this earth helps the other earth, and what he does in the other earth helps you in this earth.
But this is like
Well,
kind
we
of,
can't, this is really deep, yeah.
it's crazy. Like if then the other Niels fucks up, this fucks me up, or
Oh, maybe a tiny bit. A tiny bit. Yeah. So then, so we teach you how to become your own multiversal self too, like start going in and helping the other yous too. You ever been in a dream where it's like you but not you?
yeah, of course, a lot.
Okay, though that's a multiversal you.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm not.
That's
able
another
to,
you in another verse.
I'm just watching it, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's you in another verse. So you've already been traveling to the multiverse, and you're there to learn the lesson on what the you there is going through, and then you come back and get stronger here. Or you're there to help him too, and he help you.
Wow. Yeah. How much time you still have actually?
We'll go like 10 more minutes or something.
Okay. 10 more minutes. Yes. Yeah. What would the ideal healing session, if you like, go through with what we were talking about with me, be? Would it be entity removal? Would it be to go through the Akashic records of myself, or what would be the ideal session, or just a guy or girl watching this episode? What would be an ideal session for them to first do with themselves, and second with you?
Yeah. Yes. So if they want to start working on themselves, number one is going to be like the Divine Mother Isis course, that is for males and females. It teaches you about your brain anatomy, your third eye. So this one's really good because it teaches you how to step into your power, and you start quantumly, telekinesis, bifurcating, channeling. It teaches you how to quantum alchemy channel. So you're channeling benevolence, because then you also be careful. What if you start channeling like this dark entity, So that's one that's really dedicated to you and your abilities. And then aura hypnosis and raw Reiki that we referenced, that one is huge because you start purging out all the entities that block you from connecting to the positivity. Because if you think about it, Niels, if you have an attachment, say you have some people have a reptilian piece, like a consciousness attached to them. So let's just think about that for a minute. That reptilian that has tried to integrate into you, but they can't fully, typically. They just kind of hang out in your field and mess with you. They're like, you suck, you're never gonna do anything. It's that.
It could be. What do you feel when you feel on me? Right now?
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
On that way, maybe. Okay.
You're good. We could talk individually later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But say you have that reptilian there hanging out in your, say, aura, magnetic field, telling you all this stuff. Okay, so that low emitting frequency is coming at you all day long until you get rid of it, until you positive polarize it. So think about how it would be affecting your everyday life. And then think about that reptilian piece, because reptilians, what they do is that they get cut off the lizard, you cut off the tail. So they get cut little pieces off of them, and it's just often they're just fishing, they're fishing and throwing it into earth, and they're like, who's a lower vibratory match to this piece of me? And then, it just hooks in, and then they use that's attached to you to channel invertedly false information to you, right? They messing with you all day long to lower your vibration and frequency. So then, and then think about what that reptilian, say it's in the UFO ship, threw a piece somewhere and it attached to someone somewhere. What kind of crap did that reptilian have? What has it done? How many planets has it destroyed, and how many people has it violated? So then it's that karma, that density and karma is with it and its attachment. And think about how it's messing with you then. Because with the COVID vaccine, people don't know what they are. All of a sudden they're hearing voices like, you're gay, or you're no sex,
you're a dog.
your dog, or cut off your private part, you know, because it's that alien artificial integrated into them, and it's an attachment blocking them, confusing them to being non-binary or whatever they think they are.
Wow, I feel that my wife has this also kind of. There is something on her. I also have something on me. But it's not
mean, the
that
truth is-
attacking higher active like it's on her or maybe on other people. You know when
The truth is that everyone has something, Niels.
yeah.
Everyone does. We're infinite souls. We would have to be in very high ego to think that we don't. Especially if we live earthly lives or planets that were attacked by some dark aliens.
Oh yeah, like the virus that's attacking all these planets, the satanic infection, right?
The AI virus, yeah. Satanic. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. I'm just like having one question for this.
Yeah.
Like you have Trump. What do you think on Trump? Like I saw you in videos that you're talking good about him, right? And then also not. Like, and I'm just curious on your perception regarding this. Do you think that he is part of the satanic hive or
Oh, like I all my videos are talking good about him.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I make it very clear that no one's a savior, right?
Yeah.
But back in 2020, 2021, the future me from the time space of him being elected went back to 2020 and started showing me visions and dreams of this timeline where he had come to become a president, and they were not openly sex trafficking children. And that's why I do everything to protect children. So anyone who assists to protect children is going to be a good guy on my end.
Yeah.
And so, here in America, I know you're in a different country, they do have a government organization where they've retrieved already, I think, like 90,000 children who were sex trafficked during Biden's administration. Right at the end, 30,000 went missing. I don't know if you heard about that. 300,000 went missing during Biden and Kamala's administration. From the foster system, from everywhere, no one knew where the kids were at. So Trump said that when he was going to come into presidency, he was going to go find those kids. And they did. They've been finding them. And I think they're up to like 70, 90,000. So
This is really happening, you say, right?
it's really happening like real time. It's not underground. It's
Because this
happening.
is like the black
a
magic.
fact.
The communities they take the children because they want their life force for
Yeah.
their adrenochrome or their whatever
Exactly.
sex games that they want to do. But then when Trump is taking these children and this is like for real happening, then yeah, this is real attack against the black magic, right?
Well, yeah, because the children are our future timelines. So that's where they get the children, because they want to distort us ascending out from the future timelines. So if you save the children, you save the future and you save ascension.
And if you let them go to the mystery school, right? If you don't get that, if you don't just give them mental consciousness in the schools, which is what they do in school in general, right? Then okay, we save the kids, but if we do not teach them how to feel, how to do real stuff in the real world, like whatever, being a survivor or being a strong wife or woman or man, yeah, it's like. Yeah, the future is in our hands when we teach them also.
Exactly. But sometimes it's like they have to go to schools eventually, daycares or preschools or public schools. You gotta let the little birdie fly around. But you teach that little birdie that, hey, not everything's gonna be positive and not everything's gonna make sense. Just give them what they want to pass your grades, but don't let it become you.
Well, we're gonna homeschool our children. I don't even know.
That's beautiful.
like-
Homeschooling is number one. Absolutely. But sometimes, when the kids get older, they want to interact with others, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then if you're at that point, just teach them everything you can think of. And as you teach them, the hopes is that they will be able to tell what's false and what's not if they do eventually go to school. Yeah.
Yeah, because the
In
truth.
America, they give you like credits. Like if you do homeschooling, the Trump administration wants you to homeschool instead.
Wow. So
And
the
then we
Trump,
grab
so yeah, the Trump administration is really doing good care for America right now,
for the kids. Yeah.
and for general lives. There, yeah,
Overall, yeah. Like and then there's Robert Kennedy Jr. You heard of him?
no, yeah, yeah, no, yeah, the
Robert.
son,
The of JFK who got
yeah,
assassinated, right?
yeah,
So his nephew, and he is a lawyer and has all the facts on how vaccinations harm children and give them illnesses and diseases. And he has all the data to prove it. And he's
okay,
been actually going after them and suing them and winning the cases because he has the proof.
wow.
So he just came out that they figured out what autism is, the vaccinations, right? And like
I find this
other,
weird because when I do the research, or no, just when I feel like I do not think that the black magic community can be infected by inside out levels, but you say it's really happening, and like I was like, Trump cannot be good, right? He's part of this game, he's part of the big club. We ain't in it. Like, yeah, but yeah, more and more people are saying that. What about Q? You believe in Q then, right? Or what the Trump is going forward with?
I think there's something going on there.
Yeah. You think or you know?
I know stuff. Just, remote viewing, remote viewing, you can see stuff. There's a lot more than the public does not know. And back in 2020, when like back then he was the world's kind of hated man, but in America now he's like so loved. And you might hear the opposite though. You probably hear the opposite in your countries, but I mean, people love him.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's some movement going on with this
There's a
guy.
movement. So then they're waking up to the truth, and somebody had to do it, and it needed to be a man that had a lot of money to do it because he can't be sold out typically. If you got a lot of money, it's going to be hard for them to sell you out.
And what do general? Yeah, because Europe is gonna fall. They say the euro is they're making this digital prison, or they're gonna fail in it. What do you feel on it? So New World
I
Order,
don't know. I don't
did it
really go
fail? Did
into
it
that.
fail?
I don't
Or
go into the money system. I don't do that. I don't look at that.
okay, but he's into the money, right? The Trump, or
He is into the money, but I personally don't look at the digital and it's gonna fall. It's a distraction, to be honest. And they're always saying that the money system's gonna go down. It's gonna go down in
yeah,
this
the dollar
day,
is
and it
falling,
never
right?
happens.
No,
It never happens. They're just pulling your energy to feed it to money.
and what do you think on the New World Order right now? Did it fail then?
It's
'Cause-
definitely failing over here in America for sure. It's
okay,
breaking
and what
apart.
afterwards when it fails? What do we do?
The hopes is that we keep electing in positive leaders until whenever the collective decides not to have presidents. But for now, you need someone to most positive to at least hear like our amendments and our civil rights laws are positive. Yeah. The law to be able to speak, to have free
Yeah.
speech, to like all these amendments, that protect us.
Indeed, good things about the system also, you could say. And we can use the system for our advantage to live a good life and not say like the system is bad. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we don't align with the bad systems, because then they got the bad laws that they try to pass. So we're only going to align with the ones that allows us to be free and sovereign.
So you say, yeah, from inside out, things are gonna get more and more unveiled, and we just have to watch the show unfold.
Well, the shift that's happened just alone, I mean, we haven't even made a year, have we? With Trump being here, it's huge what's happened in America.
And in what way you mean?
Well, I made a video with Laura Eisenhower, which is great granddaughter to Dwight D. Eisenhower, right? We have a show. And we are talking about back then, how many years? I don't know when it was. But it was about the migrant clones. You know how they kept dropping them off everywhere? Like
The clones.
They call them migrants, but they were clones. They made them from people's COVID swabs. That's why they were retrieving people's like DNA
Okay.
because they made clones out of them.
Wow.
Okay, so they were being made in labs by the dark military and dark aliens, and factually they can clone things. I mean they can clone lambs and animals. I mean they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, of course.
The public just doesn't know about it. So they can make humans pretty fast with your DNA,
Yeah.
and then they drop them off everywhere. But they MK Ultra them before they drop them off, so that
Oh,
they're
traumatize them.
nasty. Traumatize them, and so that they're pedos, and then that's why.
Beatles.
Pedophiles, so that
Pedos.
pedophiles, so that they think that they could go and rape people, but it's a MK Ultra by the clones that they made,
Whoa.
and that's why there were so many. They're like getting dropped off in ships and airplanes, and it's like, where are these guys
Yeah,
coming
like they
from?
came in ships. I saw in a newspaper in the United Kingdom with the boat.
And
they came.
here, I mean, it's tough, but the majority of the migrant clones have either ran out of here, they're like literally running out of the border, or they've been caught.
Okay.
A good portion of them, not all of them, but a good portion of them. I mean, and they're still positive though. Like, you know, of course, there's always positive people that are immigrants, but that, you know, I'm just talking about the clone migrants,
Nice.
the
Yeah.
bad ones that were dropped off everywhere.
So Trump is taking care of that, you say, and then there are many more
They
things
are.
happening. They're maybe catching politicians. I'd like, yeah, whatever is
Oh yeah,
happening.
I mean, they're talking
Corrupt
about
shit.
Obama. They're talking about Obama. They're talking about like the Clintons. They're bringing stuff out.
Okay. Beautiful. Well, let's keep it at here because I know we can talk on for hours, but
Yeah.
let's keep the rest for our personal healing with me and my wife and hopefully the other person. I just wanted to share my screen just a little bit because you said that there was like some course that I could start with to get extraordinary perception running. Where would I find that? In the school over here?
Oh, okay, so for like how to join my website, so
No,
that's
it was
my
like you
website.
said to get telekinesis or to
Yeah, the ISIS Priestess course is right there. That one, I
Where?
don't have control over it. Let's see. Right here on the top right, it says ISIS Priest course. That one on the right, top
Uh-huh.
right. That one is to start working on your channeling abilities, and it's a 6-month course.
wow,
And
but it's
how to
like
activate your-
$500, right? But yeah,
Yes. But I have coupons too, and you also get a one-on-one with me, but it's 6 months though.
okay.
That course is 6 months.
This is a tricky, in general, most people, money is a tricky game, right?
Well,
But
then what you want to do here, can I show you on the screen better? So if you want to do some of the smaller courses, okay?
yeah,
So that's a 6-month course, all right? And
Yeah.
then we got smaller courses. So if we go here and you scroll down and you click, let's just click down here. There's these that I reference, like the Raphael, the Human Anatomy. Alchemy classes here. See that? Sun came out. These are $55, $70. So you could do some of these if you want to try them
Yeah.
out. They're still really deep. They're like 4 hours minimum, some 4 to 8, 10 hours, depending on which one. So these are your individual alchemy classes and manifestation. Okay?
okay.
Now, though I mentioned that Rising Phoenix Mystery School is where you already paid for the aura and the raw
Yeah.
Reiki because you
Yes.
joined us to the retreat back then. So you already have the access. All you have to do is sign up. And here is our home to Rising Phoenix Mystery School, right? Like there's memberships. But
Yeah.
here, if you type in course, then here are all our courses. And then this one is the one you already did, Aura Raw Live Retreat Workshop. And then
Yeah.
that gives you access to everything you already paid for. The Aura and the Raw,
Yeah.
which is past life regression and the Reiki.
Yeah. Need to go through it again. Long
Yeah.
time no see. So yeah.
And when you go through it, it's really amazing. You just click one by one, and it teaches you in order.
Yeah,
it's
now
very-
at that moment I didn't have these big perceptions which I
Yeah.
have more of now. So yeah, looking forward to getting to unravel that more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go right now for the child and the life,
Okay.
and I think you
Beautiful.
you have also many things going on. So
Yes.
to go forward from here, I just buy a course, or you send me. I mean, I buy a course. I buy which type of healing session feels the right thing for me, and then also you're gonna send me where I can create an account, so you can give me
Yeah, I'm
access
gonna
to
send
it.
you create an account, and I'm gonna send you. I could give you what percentage did I said I could give you? Was it 20% off or something?
20, I think. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll send you the coupon for 20% off, and you could decide whatever you want to do with that coupon and just use it
Yes.
however.
Can also maybe if a viewer feels like
I always have 13% off on
13,
the
yeah,
website. Yeah.
13. Okay, less.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right.
Thank you
you.
so much for your
It's
time.
been so beautiful to catch up with you, and your questions were so incredible. You're such a beautiful, beautiful man. You've turned into such a beautiful man. You always were, and what an honor to have talked to you. And thank you for everything you do. You know, you're every now and then your videos pop up on YouTube, and you're like still out there trying to like, promote like healthy environment
Kind
for
of,
you
indeed.
and the earth, right?
It's like in three layers, you could say it. Like one is the self mastery, which I'm still having games on, right? Then the second is, having the planet taken care of. What we do is plastic to oil. Maybe this is something that like interests you also, where we, take care of the plastic waste, which is like a big
That's
problem.
so important.
And then the third thing is the money game where we're all into, like we have to make sales, or we have to do business in general, and yeah, master that. And I'm still going through those phases, and this is why I'm not like starting my community or doing yeah, like to talk to beautiful souls like you, where like you've leveled up in a way bigger level, and at some point in the future, I could also level up at a level where I'm fully ready to teach and preach.
Yeah, in your own way.
Yeah, in my own way.
Yeah, you're still young.
But first,
I'm a
entity
lot
free,
older.
right? Trauma,
Yes.
creational energies are free. We have full parts of our soul incarnated. Yeah, and healed and ready to be able to go forward from there, because this is where it starts.
It's exactly. That's where it starts. Well, thank you for your
Not just
work that
getting
you're doing.
money, or we save the planet, but not ourselves. No, it starts with you, right?
Yeah. Do it for the love, and then abundance comes with the love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for doing the work that you do with the plastic, turning it into, fuel.
Yes.
So important.
Yeah, indeed. We're
To
also
serve
coming to United
Mother Earth.
States. We're gonna have, I think, 5 US factories by 2027. So yeah, they're working with us also.
2027. Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Sending you love for that, because we need to do something with that plastic, and Mother Gaia needs help.
Yeah, Mother Gaia needs very big help
She does.
on
She's
this.
thanking you for sure.
And more people going vegan. Stop the torture.
Vegan, yeah, for sure. Stop the torture. Thank you. What an
Yeah.
See
Give a
you
like,
later.
subscribe, join the tribe if you love these types of talks, and let's go forward in love. Thank you so much, Aurora.
Thank you, Niels. My love
Cheers.
to you and your beautiful family.
Yes.